Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Nijasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tera Vanachari. Jamuna Tera Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Jasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Jamuna Tera Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hello. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hello. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Vishwapad Paramahamsa Parivachaka Divine Grace His Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Śrīmad Prabhupada the Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Śrīla Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sukha Krishna Chaitanya Bhavanachananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai. Granth Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. Glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to Prabhupada. What's the vote? 6, 10 to 6. 24. 6. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 2, Text 6. Bhagavan api Vishwatma. Bhagavan api Vishwatma. Viditva Kamsajam Bhayam. Viditva Kamsajam Bhayam. Jadunam Nijanathanam. Jadunam Nijanathanam. Yogamayam Samadhishat. Yogamayam Samadhishat. Bhagavan api Vishwatma. Viditva Kamsajam Bhayam. Yadunam Nijanathanam. Yogamayam Samadhishat. Vishwatma Kamsajam Bhayam. Anam Yogamayam Samadhishat. Bhagavan api Vishwatma. Dishat. Api Vishwatma. Bhagavan api Vishwatma. Kamsajam Bhayam. Vishwatma. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Api, also, Vishwatma, who is the super soul of everyone. Viditva, understanding the position of the Yadus and his other devotees. Kamsajam, because of Kamsa. Bhayam, fear. Jadunam, of the Yadus. Nijanathanam, who had accepted him, the Supreme Lord, as their supreme shelter. Yogamayam, unto Yogamaya, the spiritual potency of Krishna. Samadhishat, ordered as follows. Translation: to protect the Yadus, his personal devotees, from from Kamsa's attack, the personality of Godhead, Vishwatma, the Supreme Soul of everyone, ordered Yogamaya as follows. Purport. The word Yoga Bhagavan api Vishwatma viditva kamsajam bhayam, as commented upon by Srila Sanatana Goswami. Bhagavan Shayam is Krishna. Krishnastu Bhagavan Shayam. He is Vishwatma, the original super soul of everyone, because his plenary portion expands as the super soul. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 13.3. Kshatrajam api mam vidhi sarva kshatram bharata. Lord Krishna is the Kshatrajya, or super soul of all living entities. He is the original source of all expansions of the personality of Godhead. There are hundreds and thousands of plenary expansions of Vishnu, such as Rankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Vasudeva. But here, in this material world, the Vishwatma, the super soul for all living entities, is Śrīmad Vishnu, as stated in Bhagavad Gita 18:61. Ishara sarva bhutanam hridesha arjuna tishtati. The Supreme Soul, the Supreme Lord, is situated in the heart of all living entities, as Arjuna. Krishna is actually Vishwatma by his plenary expansions as Vishnu Tattva. Yet, because of his affection for his devotees, he acts as Super Soul to give them directions. Sarvasya chaham ridishani vishto mataha smiter gyanam apohanam cha. The affairs of the Super Soul pertain to Kshirashaya Vishnu, but Krishna took compassion on Devaki, his devotee, because he understood her fear of Kamsa's persecution. A pure devotee is always fearful of material existence. No one knows what will happen next, for one may have to change his body at any moment. Tatha dehantara prapti. Knowing this fact, a pure devotee acts in such a way that he will not have his life spoiled by having obliged to accept another body and undergo the tribulations of material existence. This is bhayam, or fear. Bhayam ditya api avineshata syat. That's from Bhagavatam 11:2-37. This fear is due to material existence. Properly speaking, everyone should always be alert and fearful of material existence. But although everyone is prone to be affected by the ignorance of material existence, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is always alert to the protection of his devotees. Krishna is so kind and affectionate toward his devotees that he helps them by giving them the intelligence by which to exist in this material world without forgetting him, even for a moment. The Lord says, Tesam evanu anukampartham aham agyanajanam tama nasayamatma bhavasto gyanad dipena vashvata. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. That's from Bhagavad Gita 10:11. The word yoga means link. Any system of yoga is an attempt to reconnect our broken relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are different types of yoga, of which Bhakti Yoga is the best. In other yoga systems, one must undergo various processes before attaining perfection. But Bhakti Yoga is direct. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 6:47, Yoginam api sarvesham mad bhakte antaratmana sardavan bhajate yo mam zame yukta tamo mata. Of all yogis, he who always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendental loving service, is most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. For the Bhakti Yogi, a human body is guaranteed in his next existence, as stated by Lord Krishna. Suchinam Chimata Gehe Yoga Vrashta Vijayate. Yogamaya is the spiritual potency of the Lord. Our affection for His devotees, the Lord always stays in spiritual touch with them. Although otherwise, His Maya potency is so strong that she bewilders even exalted demigods like Brahma. Therefore, the Lord's potency is called Yogamaya. Since the Lord is Vishwatma, He immediately ordered Yogamaya to give protection to Devaki. Very nice verse and the purport. So, from this verse and purport, we can understand that the reason for the Lord's appearance. Of course, we know from Bhagavad Gita, as confirmed here in this purport, that Krishna comes to protect His devotees. That is the main reason. Of course, to kill the demons, Paritranaya sadhunam. For sadhunam, actually His real reason for His appearance, this inner reason for the Lord's appearance is to protect His devotees and to associate with His devotees and perform pastime with His devotees. The people may have many reasons to understand why Krishna appears. Of course, Krishna comes to kill his demons. He could do that without Him coming down here. His material potency can kill the demons. His energy can do it. He is the Supreme Lord. He can be in the spiritual world, and at the same time, He can be here. And He can kill His demons by His expansions. Like here it says, expansions. That's why when Krishna kills the demon, that's Vishnu does it, because he has to have the Sudarshan Chakra. But Krishna is playing flute. He doesn't have Sudarshan Chakra, because that's a job. He has to kill a demon, that's a job. But Krishna he doesn't have a job. He is enjoying. So his primary reason for coming down here is to enact pastimes with his devotees. Same with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago to chant Hare Krishna and associate his devotees, and together to chant Hare Krishna. So, it's so many verses Srila Prabhupada quotes from Bhagavad Gita in this purport. And we as devotees, we know that Krishna, Prabhupada explains here, that Krishna is very kind, most merciful. If the devotees are kind, means Krishna is kind. We take after Krishna. And this is the very reason why his devotees take risk to preach Krishna consciousness in very difficult places. Living here in Melbourne also not that easy. But for us, for what we are here for, to preach Krishna consciousness, to distribute books, to go on Harinam, to preach Krishna, establish Krishna consciousness, very difficult. It's very difficult. Srila Prabhupada, when he went to America, it was very difficult for him to spread Krishna consciousness, especially in the beginning. It wasn't easy. That's why his god brothers, they came back, because it was not easy for them to spread Krishna consciousness in this country. And India is a spiritual place, and it was even more difficult. They're saying, oh, here comes another sadhu. They weren't taking him seriously. So actually it was easier in the West than India. Someone who knows, it's very hard to teach them new things, old things. They say, no, I already know. Mera hai, samajh gaya. Tell somebody else. That's why it's so hard to distribute books to an Indian. They always say, I already have, I know already. And Srila Prabhupada had the same thing. He had to go challenge. He had to accept the challenge. And that's why he went to America. His Guru Maharaj told him, go to America, preach Krishna consciousness there, because they're not going to question him so much. Prabhupada said, he himself said, when I'm in India, I said, Keno, why? In the West, they said, yes, Swamiji, what do you got to say? I accept what you say. That's the different attitude. In India, why? I already know. How do you know? They challenge you. So spiritual life begins with humility. The process of Krishna consciousness, process of devotional service starts with humility. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he gave us the 8 verses. And those 8 verses is the essence of the scriptures. You know the 8 verses? From the Shikshashtaka. And in that verse, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Trinarapi Sunechanatarapi Sraishnana. The 8 verses of the Shikshashtaka is the essence of the scriptures. And that's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasized those 8 verses. Well, because we don't have that quality. That's why he has to emphasize it very strongly. Like if you want to make a point, you raise your finger and raise your voice. So here, Krishna came, he took the compassion to appear in this material world. Even Srila Prabhupada, he didn't want to come down here. He said, no, it's difficult, I don't want to go. Krishna said, you go, I will protect you. So one of the quality of a devotee, according to this purport, Prabhupada says that devotees are always fearful. But it is also said devotees should not be fearful. But we are fearful of Maya. We are fearful that if we're going to forget Krishna. That is our real fear. I said, Prabhupada, he went to America, he was fearless. Abhay Charana, A.C. Bhaktivedanta, he is fearless, but he was also fearful of the material existence. But he, at the same time, he was fearless because he felt Krishna was with him. He felt the presence of Guru with him. That is our only shelter, our only protection is Krishna. That's why we feel fearless, because we know Krishna is with us. I lived in China 10 years. I was not having any devotees around me. There was no Indian there. Indians, they go to America, Australia, all the places where there's more Indians, where it's easy to get around. And devotees also. You can go on Harinam, you can go book distribution, but not in China. That's all very difficult. And I lived there 10 years. I was fearless. It's not that I was fearless. I had a lot of fear. But I was thinking, I had to take shelter of Krishna even more, because that's a very difficult place. So we take for granted. You know, we can go Harinam, we can go book distribution, we can walk freely, chant Hare Krishna, no problem. Nobody will bother you. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion. Not in China. And now we have to chant Hare Krishna like this, Hare Krishna, in the room, closed doors. Bring all the shoes inside, because they may think, oh, there's something going on and there's somebody will report on you. And that's happened to a devotee, Australian devotee. And they have more devotees than Australia in China, because they are so fearful of material existence, so much pressure from government on religion. So they take more seriously spiritual life. Here we have so much freedom, we're not taking seriously, because we take it for granted. Just like here, we have so much prasadam, you throw it away, you not take. Some temples, they don't get much to eat. They take rice dal very seriously. That's what they get. Here we demand, I want this, I want that. That's what I mean when I say we take for granted. So when there is fear, when there is difficulty, then it's more of an impetus for us to turn to Krishna. But everything is fantastic, everything is really good, all going well, then we sit back. That's why Krishna comes to this material world, to remind us, come back to me. And there's here, Prabhupada explains here, there's Maya, Yoga Maya, Mahamaya. It's all his energy, it's all Maya. One makes us forget of Krishna. So different types of Maya. Maya doesn't mean, oh, they're going to, somebody wiggly in your face. Here I am. Maya comes in different forms. Enjoyment, the mood of enjoyment is also a form of Maya. Like if I come to you 9 o'clock at night with a big plate of prasadam, all really fancy, you can look at it and say, no, I have to get up tomorrow. I can't digest that. I have to sleep early. So you may just take a little bit to honor it. Because you know what's priority for you is to serve Krishna first. It's going to affect your Krishna consciousness. Better avoid. We have to be strong. We have to be strong with ourselves. The strength is not physical strength, spiritual strength. That's Yoga Maya. Krishna's internal potency. Yoga Maya is all the spiritual energies under. So devotees are under the protection of Yoga Maya. This Prabhupada explained his purport. And Mahamaya is that Maya, Jhapatiya Hare, Maya that binds us in the material world. But devotees are not under that Maya. Devotees are under the Maya, Yoga Maya, Krishna's internal potency, actually. So sometimes devotees forget Krishna temporarily. But I'm sure all of you always thinking of Krishna. Maybe I'm forgetting. That should be attitude. Oh, I'm so great. No, we have to think, like I said, we have to think in a humble attitude. We have to pray to Krishna. Oh, please, Krishna, allow me to remember you. Even Krishna is telling Arjuna, Mam anusmara juddhacha. You fight for me thinking of me. Give me the result. To told us, no, underneath the ultimate principle of devotional service is that, am I connected to Krishna? Is this what I'm doing? Is this going to please Krishna? Is my action going to please Krishna? Is my behavior, is it going to please my Guru? What am I getting from it? Then we have to always think in this way, then things will really go smoothly. So when we have the management, we have a structure of management, a system that Krishna created, the ashramas, the system for everything that we have to follow. We have to abide by it. You don't make up your own rule. Whatever it is, we need to work together. And work together means how we can think this will please my Guru. Is my action, what I say and I do, is going to please my Guru or not? Even your senses are impelling you. We have to put aside. We have to discipline our senses. I know your senses, oh, I need to enjoy. But you have to go to a higher principle. You may enjoy a little bit, but there's so much suffering, there's so much consequences afterwards. So you have to see what is thing that we do that's going to overall please Krishna. So material world is a place, is we're affected by temporary enjoyment. That is the real problem. There's no hardship. The hardship is we bring it onto us. The hardship is how we can remember Krishna. It's very easy. Oh yeah, I can remember Krishna. Read Krishna book, associate with devotees, study Prabhupada's books, take spiritual food stuff, offer to Krishna. We work in a direction that's going to make us Krishna conscious. Right now we have, Jadu Prabhu coming today, then we have the sannyasi, then we have Narayani Mataji. Why these people come here? We could say, no, stay in your own country, don't come here. We got everyone here. We have people who can speak. Why? Because they come to inspire us in Krishna consciousness. Similarly, Krishna comes to inspire us. That's what it says here. Krishna comes to bring us back to his lotus feet, to bring us out of Maya, to take us out of this material existence, ignorance, material existence. They say, no, I'm fine. I'm doing okay here, I'm fine. I'm all good. But we are not. Behind doors, we are full of anxiety. In the front, that is all a show of, people are full of anxiety underneath. No one can be happy in this material world. Aparamahabhavana loka, Krishna says. This is the reason why Krishna comes. To protect us from so much suffering. Material world full of suffering. You have everything material, still people are not happy. Because ultimately, the fear is that people are in fear that they're going to lose all that. At the end of it, you lose everything. That you work so hard for it. People work so hard to build a house. In a second, it burned down, bushfire. There's so many bushfires in Australia every year. That's why, we have to remember that it can all be taken away so quickly. People who have nothing, they're the most happiest people. They don't have to worry about anything. Like you see the brahmacharis, they may not have much, but they're very happiest people. They don't have to worry about anything. Just chant Hare Krishna. Same, even as grihastha. You can have everything, but underneath that you know that it's all temporary. That we're living here a short time, which is really good. It's so good that we're here temporarily. We don't have to be here forever. Who wants to be here forever? It's so nice you can get out of here after 50 years. You can all remember when you were kid. Time's going. That's why it's 26 now. Just a month ago was last year. And very soon going to be 27. Time's going fast. What is time? Time is relative. We live forever. If you think in this way, we're not going to be affected by any problems. If we have only 100 years left, less than 150 years or less than 100 years, you'll be very happy. Because we know we're here a short time. We are living. We are going back to Godhead. We have to be positive in this way. We say, Hare Bol, Hare Krishna. What's wrong with you? Are you going to be here forever? Or what? Be happy what we do. Shushukam kartama bhayam. Krishna says, perform devotional service happily. There's no anxiety for a devotee. Our only anxiety, we are going to forget Krishna. That's why you have to pray to Krishna. That's why these people come. Sannyasis come to our temple. We invite, devotees from India, brahmacharis, sannyasis, advanced devotees. So they are coming here to tell us, inspire us. And systematically we study Prabhupada's books, Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. Why? We can study economics, do other things. We can learn these things, become well versed in spiritual knowledge, so we can protect ourselves when we are attacked by Maya. These verses attack the Brajbasis of Vrindavan. They're attacked by Kamsa. Kamsayam Bhayam. This verse. Bhayam means fear. The devotees were fearful. They were fearful of Kamsa. Kamsa was coming and he was sending demons to Vrindavan. You can imagine, you living in Vrindavan, Krishna's own land. Krishna there, and demons were coming. At that time, 5,000 years ago. You think life devotional service is so easy? It is easy, but we are being challenged. We are being challenged. When you go to distribute books, what's your name, Prabhu? Krishna Kumar Das. He came all the way from Los Angeles to distribute books here, Brahmacharya, and we have Brahmacharis which had a month of book distribution. It's so tough. You stand in Southern Cross or somewhere, people just over your face. Nobody have time. I remember first time I came here, they put me on the street, Pitt Street Mall in Sydney, and it was so difficult to stop people, even to stop people. I mean, so they gave me a clipboard, like you write on, and so they told me, you whack that in people's face, then they stop. So you're like, hey, what do you got? Then if you can actually, at least you can stop them, then you can start a conversation. But they're just going boom, boom, boom so fast, and you don't have time to even talk with them. How are you going to even tell them about books and sell them a book? It was so hard. 2 hours went by, I couldn't even stop a person. When I first came, I was only around 19. And so they told me to do all the tricks. I was praying to Krishna. I went to the side and I was crying. I said, Krishna, please help. I was so overwhelmed by all the things. And I just came out of India, and in India people are very relaxed, you can talk. They're not rushing. They go on the bullock cart. Maybe now they have but even in our villages, people are very relaxed. They sit on the roadside, even they're brushing teeth. They're having a talk. They pick up a branch from a tree, they're brushing their teeth with it. And while they're talking, and on the roadside. So relaxed. And I came here, they picked me up from the airport, and I couldn't find a person on the street. Everyone was going by car. So I said to the driver, where's the people? Where's the bullock cart? Where's cows? Where's buffalo? Where's goats? They said, oh, this is Australia. There's nobody around here. They're all working. Everybody's so anxiety. People go to work, pay for everything. They only enjoy on the weekend. During the week, they work like a donkey. That's not life. In India, people don't have money, but they have 5 kids, 6 kids. They're not worried. Here, they plan, family planning. There's a book called Family Planning. They have to make sure they have everything. They're not worried. They say, oh, Bhagavan hai. There's Krishna at the end. They're not worried. And somehow everything is going. So the anxiety makes you more anxiety. Krishna is always there behind to protect us. That's the popular thinking. A Brahmana, they never hoard. Oh, I keep for next day. Bank balance, food. They use everything in the same day because they know next day maybe there's no next day. Maybe their last day. We are always checking, how much I have, bank balance. Of course, we need it. But our attitude should be that life is temporary. Today could be our last day. It was so amazing that to see with full of knowledge, all this knowledge, still we are bewildered by Maya. With the knowledge we are bewildered by it. How strong Maya is. Then you say, why did I do it? Why did I eat? After we do, we realize we have to tell ourselves right in the beginning. Like when you clean the house, you clean nicely, but you never look under the bed. There's all this dust there. You put your broom under there, you sweep, all this dust sitting there for days that you didn't sweep. So what happens is, when you clean the house every day or regularly, it stays clean. It's once a week. So it builds up, and that day becomes so difficult because there's so much rubbish. So our heart becomes packed with Maya. So you have to regularly clean it by chanting Hare Krishna, associating with devotees, doing your service regularly. That's why this process is a regular process, and not just for one day. They have this thing called Bhagavad Saptaha. Some guy came from India, they did Bhagavad Saptaha. It was a big thing. Prabhupada actually against it. It's not just for 7 days. Nitya Bhagavata Sevaya. It's for every day. And the rest of the year, do whatever you like. It's meant for every day. Like water a plant, I'll give you an example. With watering a plant, you have to water regularly. Then the plant will grow smoothly, nicely. And then at the end, there's fruits. Similarly, Krishna consciousness is a regular process. I got all these plants at my place, I bought it. I didn't have time to water it, and now it's so hot, and they're dying. So when you go back at home, at night you have to water it every day. So watering process is devotional service. How many times we have to tell ourselves? Every day we have Bhagavatam class. And then at the end of it, we forget whatever said in the class. 1 year after the other year. Every day we eat food, we know I'm satisfied. You know what you like. So you don't eat what you don't like. So we have a choice. So similarly, we have to make a choice to serve Krishna. Our real choice is to avoid what is detrimental to Krishna consciousness and accept what's favorable to serving Krishna. So Maya it's right there, always, in front of us. She is good, Maya is good, because Maya reminds us of Krishna. When there's difficulty, we turn to Krishna. The gopis of Vrindavan, 5,000 years ago, they were with Krishna. They are the highest devotees of Krishna. But because the demons were coming, Kamsa was sending, they are full of fear. But because they were so Krishna conscious, they turned to Krishna. For every little difficulty, they turned to Krishna. Like a child, turn to mother. So it's not like a miracle. Oh yeah, Krishna, Bhakti Yoga, it's a miracle. The miracle is you have to work for it. It's not like I touch you in the head and suddenly you have 4 arms and you start flying. No, you have to work for Krishna consciousness, devotional service. It's hard work. Prabhupada, hard work. So Prabhupada started this movement, it's hard work. Now they're trying to open a new temple. It's not easy, hard work. You can spend the money and buy a temple. Then what? You need devotees, you need so many things are involved. I just stick with one temple. I don't have time to open. I try to concentrate my own Krishna consciousness. What Prabhupada has given us, appreciate that. So, Krishna comes out of compassion for the living entities. Like I said, his primary reason for coming here is not to kill the demons. He himself wants to associate with his devotees. He himself wants to have pastime with his devotees. He could say, no, I'm pretty happy here in Vaikuntha, in the spiritual world. I don't need those guys down there. They're my devotees, okay, but let them suffer a little bit more and show if they really love me or not. No. Krishna comes down here. He's everywhere, but he comes here to be with us. And that's why Srila Prabhupada went to America. Because, and Prabhupada said, these boys and girls Krishna sent to me. I always say this. All of you, same. Krishna sent to you. There are so millions of Indians in Australia. How many are actually taking up Krishna consciousness? They say, no, I already have a book. How many times you read? Do you really understand? If you really understand what's in the book, then we're running to come to our temple to be with the devotees. They buy the book and they keep it in their shelf. Of course, that's okay. One day it will explode when they're frustrated and pick up and read it. But that's not all, it doesn't always happen. So we have to know, even before we actually distribute books, we also have to know what's in it. Isn't it? So the whole idea of Krishna consciousness is to stay out of Maya. How to stay out of Maya? Be in Krishna's internal potency, Yoga Maya. Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sastra Koi. The scripture says that we have to associate sadhus because they keep us intact in Krishna consciousness. They bless us. Krishna consciousness, they protect us. That's the protection. The holy name is protection. The devotees are protection. I remember a long time ago, we were swimming in the Yamuna. And we all went swimming in the Yamuna, Gurukul boys. And I got cramps, so I was almost drowning. When you get cramps, you can't swim. Luckily, that area was shallow. And all the Gurukul boys, my teacher, they helped me. Suppose I was alone, I had cramps, I'd be dead. So if we are surrounded by devotees, they're there to protect us when in danger. So we are always in danger. Padam padam jadvi padam. Material world, at every step there is danger. No one can say I'm free from danger. We eat a lot of prasadam, you may not get up because we ate too much. You might die in the sleep. Who knows? I cook, I make sure there's no metal in the food, metal scraps. Sometimes you swallow that can kill you. There's so many ways you can die. And that kitchen is the most dangerous kitchen. Dangerous place. You can slip. How many times I slipped on the shoe. Luckily I knew yoga. My legs went straight. I did a yoga pose. A slippery, fire everywhere. One of the Maharaji's sari got caught on fire once. And he was going, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. He was cooking milk, fire on sari. He said, Haribol Maharaji, Hare Krishna. I put the towel on to get rid of the fire. So we are Krishna conscious, but we also have to be very aware of the pushings of material existence. Maya is always going to be there. Oh, you want to be Krishna conscious? Oh, really? They're going to test us. We are falling down every day to food, to sensual pleasures, or something or the other, internally. We all know our standard of Krishna consciousness within of us. We all know. That's why we're very strong with ourselves. You may think, oh, I have everything and I live alone and I can do whatever I like. No. You can die on your own. There's no guarantee. I told you before, the place where I live is very far away from the Devotees Association. But there also, I got attacked by a ghost. And couldn't sleep one day, one whole week, I was attacked by a ghost. And this ghost of Maya. Maya is a ghost, attacks you. That's why I said attack, akraman. Attacks, different forms of attacking. One country attacked the other country, one devotee attacked the other devotee, then husband attacked the wife, wife attacked the husband, brother attacked the sister. Everyone's attacking each other. Ghost attacking. So Maya is there to attack us. You think you want to be Krishna conscious? Let's see. We have to be overcome these challenges. Oh, you think you can have another place and be Krishna conscious? Be Krishna conscious wherever you are. Greha thako bone thako. Wherever you are, if you can be Krishna conscious, then you can think of other things, isn't it? If we have ISKCON Melbourne here, if this place is not good enough for you to be Krishna conscious, where else are you going to be Krishna conscious? Think about it. Prabhupada gave us everything for us to uplift from Maya and be Krishna conscious. And if we can't be Krishna conscious here, where else do you want to be Krishna conscious? Vrindavan? This is Vrindavan. I was just in Vrindavan April last year. Everybody's on the street, you can hardly move in the temple. It's so crowded. If you didn't go to Mangalarati on time, you can't get in. And I came out of the temple, everybody's at the sweet shop. Mr. Dukan me. You don't need to go to Loi Bazaar. Outside the temple it is Loi Bazaar. So we, oh yeah, I want to go to Vrindavan. You half of your time spent outside in the Mr. Dukan, sweet shop and Loi Bazaar, shopping. So be Krishna conscious here, wherever you are. That's Prabhupada's mercy. That's the mercy of Krishna. Krishna came here and Prabhupada expanded it. Because Krishna gave Prabhupada the blessing to spread Krishna consciousness all over the world. Prabhupada said, ISKCON temples are Vrindavan, the windows of the spiritual world. Yeah, I went to Los Angeles many years ago. Myself and Indraduna Swami and Prahlad. And we flew from Auckland to Los Angeles, direct. And it was 12 o'clock at night. Everybody said, Haribol, eyes are wide open. We couldn't sleep because different time. So we all got up and went to Mangalarati. There's just 4 of us. Huge temple room, there's no one there. They said they're watching Mangalarati from the TV, online. The Watsaka Avenue is a street where the temple is. It's all full of devotees. And there was only a handful of devotees from Mangalarati. And so I said to Maharaj, everyone, where is everyone? He said, no, they're having Mangalarati while they're in the sleep, looking at the TV. At the time of death, it's going to be a different thing. You can sleep and watch Krishna. Krishna says, no, it's not good enough. You have to, if you really love Krishna, go and see him directly. Right? So, we have the full package of become Krishna conscious. We have it right here in our hand. This temple. So, Prabhupada's given us everything we need to be Krishna conscious. Krishna came 5,000 years ago, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came 500 years ago, and all his avatars came for one thing, to tell us, to bring us back to Godhead. And same thing, Prabhupada came to give us, and Prabhupada expanded it. All over the world, you can go anywhere in the world, any corner of the world, there's a Hare Krishna temple. And Hare Krishna is a family word. There goes the Hare Krishnas. That's Prabhupada's mercy. You know, I've been practically around the world twice. Europe, America, all over Asia. I never had to pay a cent because I stayed in the ashram, took prasadam. You know, if you go somewhere, you have to take this much money. Airplane ticket, a hotel, just like, that's why people don't travel so much. But our sannyasi is constantly traveling. They go to the temple, take prasadam. They're always on a move. That's Prabhupada's mercy. We have these temples. First class prasadam. We are so lucky to have facilities to serve Krishna, but we have to remember ourselves that I'm not here to just enjoy. I'm here to serve Krishna, to go back to Godhead. We forget the purpose of being in ISKCON after some time. We remember that why I joined. We become enamored by Maya. Oh, I'm here, I have to establish myself, get a house, get a car, and here I am. As if you're going to live forever. This Krishna consciousness movement, Prabhupada worked so hard to establish this Krishna consciousness movement, doesn't mean for us to just sit around and enjoy that. Of course we appreciate, but we have to work just as hard as our Guru Maharaj. And I'm sure in Melbourne temple, I've never seen anyone sitting around. Everyone works so hard. There's always something to do. If you don't have much to do, go and distribute books. I joined Kumara Prabhu. What's your, I'm sorry. Yeah, this Prabhu came all the way from LA. People come from India, people come from other countries, sightseeing. There's not much here to see anyway. There's one dam bridge there, you know, Felful Industries is one bridge. In India they have so many bridges. And then they have Albert Park. The best place in the whole Albert Park is this temple. People themselves told me, they go to sit in Albert Park, they get attacked by someone, knife attack or somebody or something. They come here, our temple, they feel very safe. They feel very energy, spiritual energy. They feel really good here. Western people, they told me, an Indian, and you see some Indian people sleeping there. They think it's like mandir, like in India. There's two guys who are sleeping. We had to wake them up. We said, it's not in India, in the temple they sleep. But they feel very comfortable here. This is a spiritual atmosphere. This is the only thing can make you happy, to be Krishna conscious. We don't go around sightseeing. We come here to go spread Krishna consciousness. Every time we go Harinam, you see people, now they have this tennis. City is full of people. What I cook for in the afternoon, only 4 buckets. Usually, they're not interested to eat crossways or prasadam. They're going to eat somewhere, McDonald's somewhere. Or the high-class game. So the city is full of people. But when you go on Harinam, you see them. Ah, Hare Krishna. Suddenly they lit up, they're very happy. They're walking around morose. They're not happy. Yeah, I'm happy. That's it. Are you happy? Yeah. Minute later, they're just morose again. It's artificial happy. Happiness doesn't mean how much money you have. Chanaka Pandit says, the happiness one can be is when he feels healthy. That's why in India I say, how are you? How's your health? Oh, I'm good. So he said, the highest health is when you're Krishna conscious, spiritual health, for us. The people who have material things, people who are very working out. It says here, yoga. People want to be healthy. I used to teach yoga in China, and at the clubs, big clubs. You can imagine I had like 30 classes a week, 5 a day. So we'd finish one, run for the next one. And then these 5-star hotel, they have big clubs, and they have a workout place. And I saw these women, every day they didn't go to work, every day they were there working out. That's called bodily consciousness. Every day they're working out, they're checking out their muscle or something. Yeah. So, real health is bhakti yoga, devotional service. That's what Prabhupada's here. That's not yoga. Material yoga is, there are yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. 8-fold of yoga that he results. First one is yama, niyama, which means sense control. Asana, the third one. They have no knowledge of sense control, disciplinary yoga. They say, no, I only know asana. So, Bhakti Yoga teaches us to discipline our senses for the purpose of serving Krishna, which they don't have. They simply care to look better for their body. That's not the purpose of yoga. Real yoga is samadhi. At the end, the perfection of the 8-fold yoga system is samadhi, meditation, deep meditation. We can't meditate for 5 minutes. We sit in the class for half an hour, everyone's itching, moving around. We can't even sit. How are we going to do samadhi? So samadhi means one can be observant Krishna in devotional service. That's a samadhi. You can do kirtan, that's samadhi. You cook for Krishna, that's samadhi. Dress the deity is samadhi. Devotional service. Prabhupada explains samadhi in terms of devotional service. I remember when I first joined our temple in Mayapur, there was only 3 families, Indian families, Bengali family, and I was one of the Bengali family. All were foreigners, American devotees. And they were so hard-working. They put me in the Goshala because I was strong. We didn't have any laborers. We are the laborers. And they have in Mayapur, there's a long building. Have you seen that? They call it a long building. It starts from one end to the other. There's 4 blocks. And my job was to clean all the toilet in the long building. You know how many toilets there are? Each block, it has 4 blocks, top floor, second floor. And each block has one section there'll be toilet and shower. And inside each there is about 4 toilets. So all the blocks we had to clean all the toilet. I was a small kid. Clean all the toilet every day. Little bit of study and all day working. Devotional service, Prabhu, devotional service. And then we study a little bit in the Gurukul and all day working. Sweep the floor and so much work. And I complain, there's no holiday. Holiday is work. Holiday means we'd go to Vrindavan to do more service, serve the devotees there. And I was serving the devotees, sannyasis in Vrindavan, and all the devotees are saying, serve me more, serve me more. I was a small kid, I was thinking, when this guy is going to stop eating? They're making me work so hard. And always, I still remember in this my mind. So when you serve some devotees, they never stop eating. You serve, and at least, and one person said, no, I'm okay, I eat less. I appreciate so much that devotee. I said, at least one person eat less, and it makes me work less. Everyone is such big eaters, especially those days. The sannyasis, they're having big prasadam. And right now they're on diet. Because in the beginning they used to eat a lot. That's why they're on diet now. I can say it because I've seen it. And I got the mercy of Krishna. And I saw one sannyasi, he used to serve all the devotees, and he was eating very little at the end, what's left in the bucket. I was a small boy, but I really appreciated him. I said, wow, this person is so nice. I wish I could be like him. I couldn't express what I was saying, but in my mind I was thinking, one day I want to be like this sannyasi. I want to serve the devotees and eat what's left in the bucket. That's renounce. He was enjoying that. He wasn't thinking, like when I'm going to sit down and eat. I can't wait to sit down. He wasn't thinking. He was thinking, he was enjoying serving the Vaishnavas. So you have to appreciate serving. You have to have that taste for serving. But at the same time, we need to also understand, don't make others work so hard to make you happy. It's two ways. You go around, give me that. I'm not here to serve you. Okay, I won't mention any name. One Mataji came here, just live down the road here. She said to me, oh Prabhu, the dal didn't have enough salt, and the sabji is too watery, less vegetable. I said, Mataji, you don't come here and complain. We cook for Krishna, you like it, you eat, otherwise you cook at your home. I wasn't in a good mood that day either. She got a mouthful. After that, Prabhu, yeah, it was really good prasadam. Oh, it's so good, thank you. We have to develop the attitude of appreciation. We're not here just demand, give me, We're here, you see how hard Srila Prabhupada worked to start this movement. Appreciate what Prabhupada gave us. And this way, we can progress in spiritual life. When you can have that devotional attitude, isn't it? So that's why Krishna comes here, to pull us out of that Maya attitude. That's the very reason, to make us Krishna conscious. Krishna can send his representative. He did, but he himself comes. Because he's so merciful, according to this verse, he's so merciful that he himself personally comes to here and goes out door to door like Lord Nityananda, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to make people chant Hare Krishna. Krishna himself came to Vrindavan, personally protecting the gopis through his internal potency. That's his internal potency. Yogamaya is Krishna's energy. Prasha Shakti Vividaya Suyate. There are different types of energy, and all those energies are Krishna's energy. So it feels this way. Okay, any questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for the nice class. This is some thought I had the last couple of days. We're in the Brahma Sampradaya, and it said in the Bhagavatam, he's instigated into devotional service. So is it tinged with passion? Because a lot of times devotees think, passion is lower, But should we be embracing a passion for devotional service?
Compassion or passion?
Both. That's a good point. But when you have to make a feast for a lot of people and they're mostly maybe Westerners, or you have to maybe add a little extra salt so that their taste buds. Or when we go out on the street, we have to act, very important or something. So is passion to be expected? Should we embrace it for devotional service, or over time we should try to curb it? I don't know.
You see, if we sit here all day, I'm meditating, I'm chanting, you have to utilize our passion a little bit also. We have to make things move. So we have to know when to use it, our energy, in a proper way. Like Prabhupada gives the example of Hanuman. He got very angry, Arjuna. So we have to know when to use our anger, when to use our energy in a big way. So passion is there because the passion has to be rightly used in its service. So it's not like, oh Prabhu, you're too passionate. Of course, if I go in the kitchen and I come late and I only have a little bit of time to finish cooking and I start burning things, fire and ghee burning and sabjis, charcoal, that's passion. You have to time everything in a mode of goodness and at the same time use intelligence to judge everything correctly and use the time properly. And so it's not passion. It's how if I'm just sitting there and I have to cook for 500 people, I'll just do a little bit of time. It's more goodness, No, you have to use your passion a little bit. That's not passion. That is, you're just using intelligence. Passion is different context, is when you misuse the intelligence and triple things and burn things and you hit people or say, swear at people. That's passion. Yeah. Passion also is when you use the intelligence to serve Krishna and use our energy to serve Krishna. So it depends how we see things.
You mentioned the word compassion. Is passion and compassion, there's some correlation? Like, if we have a passion to serve, is that compassion?
Yeah, of course. Compassion also means, like I said, you don't sit. Compassion means you take risks for others. You go out and preach. And suppose Pujari didn't come, and you are a Pujari, you have clean clothes. You go and get on the altar, do the puja if no one around. So it's utilizing your time and also seeing what is the most important thing to do, necessary, or you see what's needed to be done and no one around, you do it. And compassion also means, like Prabhupada, you take the risk. And I've heard that Prabhupada said, I don't want to go to the mature world, he told Krishna. He said, no, you go down there, I'll help you. So this purport, Prabhupada explains that Krishna is there to protect us. It's not that we are thinking, I am doing it. Sometimes we think, we just tapped our head, what's happening and no one is doing, this should be like this. We need to calm down. Krishna is also there to help us. But we initially have to have that intention to serve Krishna. And Krishna, it says in this purport, He will give us the intelligence by which you can serve Him. But we have to initially show that compassion. It's not like you go on the street, you distribute books, you go on Harinam, you go on do services. This is all part of the compassion. I said, I don't want to cook for those bums, they come to the temple, They don't do anything for Krishna. I don't want to cook for them. Go and cook for yourself. Go eat at home. No, but we don't think that way. We think, the people are coming here, let me cook nicely for Krishna so they can have good prasadam offered to Krishna. That's my service. So when they appreciate, wow, so nice, Hare Krishna, people are so good, and they appreciate ultimately Krishna and Prabhupada, ultimately, down the road. So like that. So it's not like, you have to see things in a very deeper way.
So if a devotee has a lot of passion for service, or going out on books, or cooking, or doing deity, should we change our perspective? Instead of thinking, that devotee is so passionate, we should think, wow, that devotee is so compassionate. He has such a passion to serve.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to have that tendency of attitude, spiritual attitude. And like I said, we are not always thinking, I'm the doer. Always pray to Krishna to do things correctly. Even to pray to Krishna, I didn't put any bhakti in my service, please forgive me, give me intelligence to serve you. That kind of attitude, like, please help me to distribute books, please help me to do my service nicely. You can pray to, so you have to have that humble attitude, mentality, spiritual mentality, then things will actually at the end will go smoothly. And you'll see every time things go nicely if you have that kind of, like you said, perspective, spiritual perspective. It's not like, oh, I'm going to call, I'll do it, you have to go in that attitude and things will smoothly go nicely. And Krishna overall gives us the intelligence and we'll become good. Okay. She always has a question. Oh, you had a question?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. You were talking about taking a risk for Krishna, which makes us take more shelter as a result, and also about being fearful. So I was wondering, how do we discriminate between what is a healthy and unhealthy risk in service? Because sometimes the mind can become so disturbed and anxious. So how do we know what would be realistic so we don't impede ourselves too much?
Good question. Yeah, see, risk is, sometimes your mind tells you, okay, this is good for me. So we have to be able to sift that differentiation. Like I said before in the class, is my action that I do, is this going to please Krishna? Is what I do, is it going to please my Guru? So you have to be able to see it that way. I'm here to just enjoy my senses or for my own sake? Am I actually... So something that you like it so much that you have to give up that for better. You know what I mean? That's risk. Like you take trouble for Krishna, but that's not trouble, that is service, devotional service. It's not we only do what pleases us, what's easy for us. Then where is the risk? Where is the question of devotional service? Devotional service is when you work hard for Krishna, you give up what pleases you, what's good for you, what's easy for you. You take the difficulty that's going to please Krishna. So you have to be able to know that. Suppose you're very tired and you have to do something, but you still need to, you get up and do it. You give up your own enjoyment and you sleep for pleasing Krishna. And you'll see at the end, you'll get more energy. I cook every day and I feel tired at the end, but I go on Harinam at the end. I come here, cook all day, go Harinam, and I feel still good. I still have the energy. Because at the end, Krishna is the energy. He is the source of all the energy. If we pray to Him, He will give us. So it's not like we all know, like when you do things for ourselves or you do things for Krishna, or you do family or your children, underneath that, are you actually taking really risk? There's no risk actually. Real risk Srila Prabhupada took. We're all having a good time here. We're not taking really risk. We come here, give a little class and do kirtan and have a big plate of prasadam at the end. Where's the risk? And we do a little bit of service and the rest of the time you do your own thing. So there's hardly any risk. Risk is when you go out and you have to face demons. They attack you. Oh, Krishna, Nrsingadev. That's risk. You're at the verge of death. But Prabhupada was taking really risk. So, but every day there's a challenge. Am I going to remember you? Am I going to serve you nicely? So that challenge is a risk. Every day, a little bit of a challenge. Take prasadam, you serve the devotees, and whatever it is necessary you do. And Krishna will always there to help us. Even difficult becomes easy. That's said in the Bhagavatam, like a ocean shrinks to the size of a hoof print of a cow. It says there's a verse like that. So similarly, seemingly the difficult for a devotee becomes limited. It becomes less. There's no difficulty. It's all good. Susukam kartam, it's all happiness. But then we have to take something which is difficult. That's out of love for Krishna. You go and distribute books, it's not easy. But you know this will please Prabhupada, so you go out. That's difficult, that's risk, that's devotion, definition of devotion. Okay.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you mentioned about Maya Devi. So my question is, for a devotee, is Maya Devi a blessing or a punishment from Krishna?
Blessing.
A blessing or a punishment from Krishna?
For a devotee, punishment is a blessing. Like, blessing doesn't mean, Savior, you're so nice, such a nice devotee, such a nice girl, I pat you. That's not always blessing. Blessing is when I chastise you. So that comes different forms of blessing. We also need the patting, because if you're always harsh to each other, it might be adverse. But we also have to understand that mercy comes in different forms. So when Prabhupada used to chastise his devotees, he was doing to train us. He wasn't doing out of ego, to train us to be Krishna conscious. So we all know when someone tells you, hey, there's ego there. But Prabhupada wasn't that. He was above that. So we have to understand that this it's not like blessing will just come only when what pleases us. We have to accept blessing in the form of difficult times. That's also another form. Because when difficult comes as a devotee, we know that's a training, that we learn from it something. But everything goes well, we'll just sit back. So that difficult must come. You see, all the devotees, great devotees, like I said, gopis, they're always in difficulty. And they turn to Krishna. So if the difficulty can bring us closer to Krishna, Kunti said in the Kunti prayers in the Bhagavatam, she said, please Krishna, give me those difficulty and calamities so I can remember you. We don't pray to Krishna for that, in my understanding, because it comes anyway. But if someone who is very pure, like Kunti Devi, prays to Krishna, please give me more calamities so I can remember you. So, material way of living in, every day is a challenge. No one can sit here all day and just relax. We have to work life, and there's going to be difficulties. So the difficulty for us is, like I said, am I going to remember Krishna in the times of difficulty? Lisa?
Yes.
I know for myself, every one of us, if we actually reflect of our behavior, reflect of our lifestyle, sit down and think for a moment, we all have our shortcomings in spiritual life. And so when we get to know what is our shortcoming, then we can work at it. How to curb that, how to go around it, what is my the innermost difficult thing that I face in Krishna consciousness, let me work at it. We all have that. Lust, anger, greed, there's tons of bad qualities that we have. And on that particular aspect of our bad quality that we may have, we have to work at that. So that's a challenge. It's not like everything we are perfect here. If we are perfect, we wouldn't be here. We're in the spiritual world. But we can be here in the material world, and at the same time we're in the spiritual world. We have to create that spiritual world here before we can go to the spiritual world. We talk about Vaikuntha and Golok Vrindavan, but we have to create that here before we can actually go there. So when we finally go there, we're already in there because we're already here. So you understand the concept? Yeah? Any more? Thank you, Hare Krishna. 9 o'clock. Come to one. Nowadays it's easy because we have the media tells us our temple, and people who want to come here, like the Indians, they're coming. So many Indians come here. How do they know? Because we also advertise our temples. And apart from that, like if you're not going out, you can tell your friend at workplace, you can tell, oh, we have the Hare Krishna. There's always a way, if you want to preach, there's always a way to bring people. You can tell your friend's friend about the temple, and we have prasadam here in different ways. You can invite people. You can tell your friends to invite, like that, mouth to mouth. And then if you go to workplace, you can invite them. Or you can go to, somewhere you go to shopping. If you go in sari, they may ask you, are you Hare Krishna? Then you can tell them about it. There's many ways if you have the desire. And plus we have the media. We can take some card with you, give. If you feel somebody is interested, give them a card, like that. We have a book bag. If somebody, you feel they can take a book, you give them a book, like that. There's many, many ways.